Let me fucking scoot back a little so I don't punch the microphone.
Hey, come listen to our podcast, yeah. Please listen, it's a hitch. If you don't listen to our podcast, yeah, then you are a bitch.
Maybe that one.
Welcome, everyone, to another fun-filled episode of Filmoscopy Podcast. Today, we are covering Yes Man, and joining me, as always, are Lance.
Hello.
And Owen.
What's up?
Otherwise known as the non-retail crew, motherfuckers. We got out.
We made it, boys. We made it.
Together we made it. So before we get into just anything else, let me run through the basic details because I just feel better about myself if I get that out there. So Yes Man was released on December 19th, 2008 in the United States, a week later in the UK. It has a running time of 104 minutes. It had a budget of $70 million, and it brought in a box office of $223.2 million. The film is directed by Peyton Reed, who is also known for films such as Bring It On and Ant-Man, and I think both of the Ant-Man sequels. The film stars Jim Carrey, Zooey Deschanel, Bradley Cooper is in it, and I think that's pretty much it as far as people that are actually recognizable in this film. Oh, you know what? The guy, who is the guy? The one that meets him outside the bank. Shit, I don't even remember what the character's name was. But you know, the one that convinces him to go to the conference or whatever.
Oh yeah.
John Michael Higgins. Yeah, his name's Nick in the movie, but I know him from other things. Like he's in Fred Claus as one of the elves, and he's in the Pitch Perfect movies, which I really enjoy those movies. If you got a problem with it, suck it up, Buttercup.
I have a problem with that. Okay.
I got a better one for you, Cody. I'll just leave the fucking podcast, you fucking pussy.
What? Wait, what movie did you say you liked?
Pitch Perfect. Pitch Perfect.
Oh. Yeah,
Hey,
Pitch
Cody.
Perfect.
Apparently, this movie is based off of a memoir, and it's of the same name, Yes Man, but it's very loosely based off of that. So anyway, all that stuff's out of the way. Was this your guys? I know the answer for Lance, but I'll ask you anyway, for the audience's sake, because they are the ones listening.
Yes.
Was this your first time watching this movie, and what were your general thoughts on it? And I'll start with Lance.
This was not my first watch. I can't remember if I had seen this movie on one of the movie channels we got for free at DirecTV at one time, and then I ended up buying the DVD. But I know I own the DVD, and I showed Dad. I told Dad, I'm like, man, this movie is just as funny as the Ace Ventura stuff. To me, and I've grown up since. But he was Jim Carrey, not self-conscious of how the acting world thought of him. It felt like just for this one movie, he kind of stepped into being I'm just fucking Jim Carrey and let me do this shit. Yeah. Now he's kind of like that philosophical, weird bullshit now where he's painting, he's retired from acting. He thinks, he has to be this really deep thing. It's sometimes it's not that deep, and this movie's just not that deep, and I love that. I don't know how to describe it. It's a pretty good movie, the way it's made, but Jim Carrey just takes it up a fucking notch. And it just feels like, Jim Carrey, he's acting out, he's doing his weird shit, and it's just fucking great. I love it.
So what about you, Owen?
I think I've watched this before, but I'm not entirely sure. I might have watched it just kind of sometime as a kid. It must have been on TV or something. Overall,
TV or something.
TV.
Sorry.
It seems
My
today that all we see is violence in movies and sex on TV.
But what a little fashion value. Oh,
When we moved
like you as a family guy. Run around in Fortnite.
Hell yeah, dude. Have you seen the trailer for that? Like, it's like the worst fucking animated thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, it's like something like the animators threw together in like 2 seconds. They're like, yeah, I guess we'll do something for this.
They're like, all right, yeah. And it's like fucking eyeballs coming off his head. Like, if you sit there and watch it, like, it's like so sloppy. Anyway, overall, this movie was, to me, I mean, it was okay. I think Jim Carrey is definitely kind of what shines in this movie. That kind of brings a pulse to it. If you didn't have him and his brand of comedy, I think this movie wouldn't really have anything entirely going for it. But I feel like just even like, I don't know, its structure as like just a kind of, by the numbers romantic comedy can kind of stifle Jim Carrey's like ridiculousness. But I guess I can also appreciate in his career, because I didn't even think of it the way Lance was saying it. I guess this is kind of like post all the other shit that he had done up to that point, where he's like completely zany, ridiculous. He just kind of, I guess, wants to get back to like, I don't know, doing something that kind of has like mass appeal or something like that.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, this is like one of, if not the last movie before he like went on hiatus for a while. Where he kind of, before he went into that phase where he was like showing up randomly at like fashion shows and, saying like, oh, all this is pointless, which, I do agree. All that shit is pointless. But, and like he got in like the weird painting shit. But I think I'm double checking real quick, but I want to say this is one of, if not the last film before he took a break. And then later he would come back to do like, there was that show that series he was in where it was kind of like it was like a drama series where he played like a Mr. Rogers type character. And then of course he did like Sonic the Hedgehog, the 2 Sonic the Hedgehog movies.
He was Eggman, Dr. Robotnik.
Dr. Robotnik. Ooh, boop, 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 boop.
Dr. Fat Dick.
Okay, so I was wrong. He did a few more movies. He did I Love You, Philip Morris, which I've never heard of. He did A Christmas Carol, Mr. Popper's Penguins, The Incredible Burt Wonderstone.
Okay. Dude, you've never seen The Incredible Burt Wonderstone?
No.
Okay. Well, we don't need to talk about it anymore, Cody, or I'm going to pick that movie.
Okay. He did Kick-Ass 2. He was in Anchorman 2 as a cameo. So I guess the hiatus wasn't... Oh, the hiatus was like years later. It was like 8 years after this film. Which the hiatus wasn't even very long. It was just like 4 years or whatever. So I guess maybe it's just because he's starting to be in like stuff that didn't really stand out, especially in his like filmography. So, but
God, I forgot him doing Burt Wonderstone.
Yeah,
love that movie.
I haven't thought about that movie in a while, but I'm thinking about it now.
I showed it to you, didn't I?
Yeah, you're the one that I think you brought the movie over to my apartment or whatever when we watched it. So
it's okay. It's Jim Carrey at some of his best, and Steve Carell is wonderful in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
This one little guy, I can't remember his name. He's only got a small part in the movie, but he's like a down on his luck magician. They're like, "Hey, how's the shows going?" He goes, "Oh yeah, well I'm doing the shows in the hallways on Wednesday through just Wednesday." And he's like, "I'm doing some webisodes." It's like, "What's webisodes?" He goes, "You don't know what that is?" He goes, "It's shows that you put on the internet, so you don't have to go through the trouble of no one watching it on TV."
Wait, James Gandolfini's in this movie, dude. Tony fucking Soprano. That's funny.
Yeah, he's wonderful. I think that's his last movie before he had a heart attack.
Now he was in The Drop, whatever the fuck this is. I've never seen this before, but
That was
This
just
was
that was just the filming of him having the heart attack. Ayo!
Yeah, he said,
My heart. Too
he
many
said, what a fucking load of
cannolis.
bullshit, huh? I'm gonna fucking have a fucking heart attack over here.
But yeah, scrolling through Jim Carrey's filmography, I forgot that he was in Horton Hears a Who. He played Horton the elephant. I was
I'm
like,
gonna be real with you guys. I hate that movie.
I just forgot that he was in a Dr. Seuss movie.
That movie
But you know, we can all agree that it's nowhere near as bad as The Cat in the Hat.
yeah, that movie is really bad. I like it, but it's fucking terrible. But that's kind of why I like it. It's because it's so terrible.
Oh, imagine that.
Well, that's
I've
the
never
thing.
seen-
It's so terrible that it's like fucking egregious. It's like, dude, why the fuck did they let him do this in like a Cat in the Hat movie? Like, who the
I
fuck
just don't-
okayed this?
I just don't
And-
understand. Someone saw how well the Grinch did, and they're like, you know what we need to do?
We need to put fucking Mike Myers in an ugly
Let's
ass
find
cat suit.
yeah. Let's find someone else and throw him in as another beloved Dr. Seuss character,
And have him do dirty, filthy hoe jokes.
yeah, and about 10 different accents in this film. Let's just do that.
It's so fucking stupid, but that's why it's funny. But the Horton Hears a Who, it's like bland. Like it's
Yeah,
the
I mean,
most
once-
inoffensive fucking shitty movie.
Once they kind of switched over to doing like the animation stuff like that and the Lorax, I mean, I like Illumination's Grinch movie. It's not as good as the Jim Carrey Grinch movie, but I do like it. But like the other stuff in between, it's kind of, you're right. It's just forgettable.
Yes, it's bland. I'd rather watch something that's like so stupid and dumb and bad that it comes around to being kind of good than something that's just bland.
Yeah.
Like Horton hears my wiener in his mouth.
For me, as far as my experience goes with Yes Man, I saw this movie probably when it came out on DVD. I have the DVD still, and I watched it a lot when it first released because I think this movie's great. Like it's top 5 Jim Carrey films for me for sure. But we'll get into like the nitty gritty of it all. I suppose.
We'll hit the nitty gritty.
Oh, I will say too. I do agree with both of your points. Like if you took Jim Carrey out of this film, it would be like a decent romantic comedy, right? And but again, it'd be one of those that you kind of watch and you just forget about, you know. But Jim Carrey being in it and being able to add his style to the film is what like makes it memorable for me. Just some great funny moments in this movie, but
Cody's like, I'm like,
I was thinking
Cody's giggling like a fat kid in a pool who just farted.
He said, yuck, yuck, yuck.
I was specifically thinking about the scene where he's at the bank and this is after he's already started saying yes to everything, right? And he's like he's got the promotion or whatever, and he's like doing really well, and him and Norm are becoming like kind of like buddies with each other, and they're doing that thing where like they're making faces at each other from across the room, and he puts like the tape.
He takes his face out. That shit when Norman, he's like, "Hey, you call me Norm. That's what friends do. They shorten names. How about I call you Kai?" He goes, "Carl's kind of short anyway." That shit's so stupid. Norm is like probably the second best part of this movie.
Yeah,
it's just like I love. They watched the Sorcerer's Stone. What's the second one, Cody?
The Chamber
Who's
of
up
Secrets.
The Chamber of Secrets.
The Harry Potter party. It's
Yeah.
real.
It's like, oh, nice costume. Yeah, all they had was toddler size. Fucking wearing like the super small clothes. So yeah, I guess I can run through. It's been a week since I watched it, of course, because we watched it last weekend, and all kinds of like crazy horrible shit happened around all of us, and even though we're in like 3 completely different places, and it was just didn't work out as far as
Cody,
recording
we're like
last week.
45 minutes away.
Yeah, but still, the fact that a
I
tornado
know.
went through and was like 2 or 3 miles from your house, and then it was like there was one like half a mile or so from my house, a completely different tornado. It's just like
Yeah.
fucking insane.
That was fucking nuts. There was a movie, I guess it's a made for TV movie I watched as a kid, called Night of the Tornadoes. And this town got hit by like 4 tornadoes. I thought about that last week, and it was nuts. I mean, well, last week for us, and when this comes out, it'd be like a month and a week from this point.
Yeah, they'll be like, "What? That happened like 5 years ago."
Yeah, I know. But what was crazy, like when that tornado hit here in, and I'm over here like, my mom's telling me, it's gonna hit. A big deal. I'm like, okay, and I saw the same thing because I was watching News Channel 2. And then we're underneath a tornado warning, and there's no sirens going off. And I'm like, man, this thing's not going to hit. And I'm trying to figure out how to get Savannah's birds into the bathroom. And so I'm like, man, I'm going to have to make a sacrifice and just put the 2 birds we love the most in the bathroom and fuck the other ones. Who cares?
Survival of the fittest, motherfuckers.
Yeah, but that was in my head. But I was thinking, wait, okay, because the other 2 are not really tame to us. They stay in their cage. They come out of their cage. We let them out, but they don't interact with our hands. Like, hey, here, come, hop up. Like Yoshi and Noodles will fuck with us all the time. So I was like, oh wait, I can put them in their cage in the bathroom and put Yoshi and Noodles in the smaller cage and put that cage on top of them. So that's what I did. I snatched them out of the cage, put them in there. I fought, trying to get that fucking cage in the bathroom. So I'm ready. I'm set. Okay, if it hits, it hits. And then my dad calls me because I tell him he doesn't know the tornado's going on. He just gets out of the shower, so I call him. I was like, hey, man, just give you a heads up. There's a tornado warning. He's like, oh, okay. He calls me back. He goes, hey, that tornado's coming straight for you. I'm like, no, it's not. It's hit. Then I'll go outside, and I'll look. Go ahead, Owen, what?
Nah, I was just I like the idea of you getting a phone call. Hey, that tornado's like coming right at you. By the way, just like kind of your dad being nonchalant about it.
Oh, no. He was very chalant about it. He was like fucking worried and shit. I'm like, well, Dad, I got nowhere to go. I can't leave. And then I looked at the clouds, and I was looking out the front of my apartment, and the tornado ran behind my apartment complex, like I said, about a mile or 2. And I look at the clouds, and the clouds are moving like southeast to northwest in my direction. Like, oh my God, this thing's actually going to fucking hit me. So I go in the fucking bathroom, I shut the door and lock it, and then I push on the bathroom door just to see if it would just pop open, and sure enough, it fucking did. So I'm sitting there with this bird cage right in front of me, squunched up on the fucking toilet with the door, like, in my hands, held shut and locked. Hopefully, we're not going to get blown away. And I didn't know, and like, okay, it missed us, cool. And I was seeing some videos, I'm like, damn, okay. And then Savannah sent me a link on Facebook, and this dude was standing in the mall parking lot, which is directly across the street from me, filming this fucking tornado. And this thing's fucking huge. And it was like I say, at the most 3 miles away. But it hit right behind Riley's school, which Riley's Savannah's son. And that school's like less than 2 miles away on Needmore Road. It was right behind it. So, I mean, it was just fucking nuts. And I'm like, golly damn. And I was texting Cody. I'm like, hey, man, you guys all right? Because I think you got something coming straight for you guys. Because at that point, it was but it was going like straight shot into the middle. Because they said, like, I knew they said was in the path. I'm like, well, fuck. Same highway Cody lives off of. So I was like, hey, Cody, man, is everything all right? He goes, yeah, we're getting animals and putting them in the closet. And, then I was like texting him like, hey man, it's coming like right at you. Because eventually the news finally started saying, yeah, it's going toward, or mentioning everything but at that point. And then, yeah, like I said, the tornado sirens never went off here. It was kind of crazy. Like, it was fucking up some shit. Like, I haven't been down what it looks like. I don't want to know what it looks like. But yeah, so, and then Cody can take away from his end. Because like I said, there's like 4 tornadoes that touched down in Tennessee.
Yeah, I think they actually, after they did their assessments, they determined that there were 5 tornadoes total. There was one that hit like briefly, like out in a county somewhere, and didn't really like get anywhere close to like any cities or anything, and it's only stayed on the ground for a couple miles. But yeah, the one here, like Lance was saying, at the time Lance texted me and was saying that there's one coming this way, I was getting the dogs. We have like a closet underneath our stairs in the house, and their pen is in there. So like I was getting them in there, and like their harnesses and all that stuff is in there too. We have like water and bowls for the dogs in case we're ever in there and something happens, we get trapped and all that. But I'm in there with them, and my wife is getting the cats into her walk-in closet in the bedroom because the cats are like very like jittery or whatever. They're anxious, so like they won't let you like grab them, and she's just like coaxing them into the closet, which that closet's like not attached to. I think that closet's actually safer than the one under the stairs because that one's like pretty much smack in the middle of the house. So there's like multiple walls in between it and the outside. But anyway, so I'm in there and I'm watching the news or whatever, and they just keep saying like, yeah, there's a circulation heading that way, heading that way, but they were like, oh well, there's no tornado because there's no debris. We're not picking up any debris. And all of a sudden the lights start flickering off and on, and finally they cut off, and I'm like, okay. And the sirens have been just blaring for maybe 20 minutes at this point already. So I get down, the old thing that they teach you in school, like you get down and you like make yourself as like small as possible basically, and you cover your head, and I can hear stuff like crashing in the distance. And I'm just thinking like, please do not let this be a tornado. I'm thinking like, let this just get out of here before it like ever touches down, so we could get in like the more country area where there's not a whole lot of stuff or a whole lot of people living around, And lo and behold, it touched down about a half mile from our house, and it went for 3 miles directly through the middle of town. There's a dentist office just down the street from me that was completely leveled. The Jet's Pizza was in like a shopping center, and like the half of it that Jet's Pizza was on is completely gone. The gas station in front of Kroger was hit. It blew out some windows on the Kroger's building and ripped off like a whole like large section of like the brick on the outside. There's a Valvoline there, and literally the only thing left of the Valvoline was like the front wall and like part of the side walls. That's it. Which I did find out there were employees in that Valvoline when it hit. They went down into like
okay?
Yeah, they all went down into like the underneath, area or whatever, and they all were fine. No one got hurt or anything. But a car was apparently lifted, and it hit some power lines, and so they were spending the next couple of days cleaning that up. The tornado hit a substation that controls like this entire side of town, which is why I didn't have power for 20 hours. But yeah, man, that's like the closest I've ever been to like a tornado in my life, and it was like terrifying. Just the fact like I could hear all that shit crashing around in the distance. I was just at that point I kind of figured something had landed, and I was like just hoping like, please do not head this way. Just like, but they said the one here ended up being an F2, and I know they said the one in was an F3 at one point, but that one in apparently was like even worse because it like went for like 40 miles or some shit before it finally like ended.
It at the last I heard, it ended in Bowling Green, Kentucky.
Yeah.
The way it was going, because it was going northeast. Like, if you're looking at fucking where Owen is in Mississippi, you're looking straight like towards New York, the state. It was going in like literally in that type of direction.
Yeah.
And it was just going, and it was not slow. Like, it slowed down and then it picked back up. And there was another one that was just south of Robertson County that hit Dixon and went into Nashville.
Mm-hmm.
And it was crazy. I think that one may have been an an E3 or F3. I mean, I don't know the fucking.
It's like
initial anymore.
EF or whatever. I still say F because that's what Brock
Yeah, 'cause the
Lesnar
movie Twister.
and Brock Lesnar.
Oh yeah, F5. Yeah.
But yeah, it's I think it's actually EF whatever.
Yeah. So that one in Nashville, someone was recording it. I don't know if it was a person or if it was just like a weather camera. And that thing hit like this power transformer. And this whole tornado was like engulfed in a flame for like just a moment.
Yeah.
And the tornado literally like disappeared and then came back together. Like the destruction separated the clouds that was the tornado on the ground, and then it picked right back up like 2 seconds later. It was fascinating to see, obviously terrifying, because that thing, nothing was going to stop that thing.
Yeah.
And like it was just, like I said, it's just nuts, you know. And what's, I wouldn't say particularly scary, but usually if you have to like that extreme like weather change, and that's what that was like. We had been in the 30s and 40s at that point, and then went back up to the 60s.
No, it was the opposite. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's never mind. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. Yeah. So, but then we had that thing, and I'm thinking, well, that's it for the warm days. We're like in the dead of winter now. Well, Christmas Day is going to be like 61, and then it's going to drop back down and shit like that. So we may not be completely out of the woods when it come to this extreme temperature, because, like I said, these temperatures are like fluctuating. Obviously, it's a global warming, and this planet's fucked. But you know, that's a scary part if you think about it. Like, we're going to have some temperatures that get up to the 60s, and then we're going to have some drop down to the 20s in the same week. Like, are we going to go through the same thing again?
Yeah.
You know, or potentially it happened, because that's devastating. You know, I'm not trying to sit there and sound like, oh yeah, I'm not one of those people that on Facebook, when someone says, please help donate money to this poor animal that was abused, and people just comment back, prayers up, or something like that. You know, because I mean, I and they're not going to lift a finger to help anybody. I don't have the money to help anybody, unfortunately. I'm not in a position to give money away right now, because I have to have a means to survive myself financially. And you know, I wish I could help those people, but I do. You know, I do say a prayer for them genuinely. I'm not sitting there like just to make it sound like I'm a good person or whatever, because that sucks. There's people that lost their Christmases. I know the last report I saw were 3 deaths, and I think there were more, because Savannah was telling me that a coworker, her father's coworker, he had a wife and 3 children at a house, and his house was directly hit, and they only found one of his children alive. So, I mean, that's something, like I said, you know, within 20 days of Christmas, you know, losing that. It's fucked up, you know? I mean, it's, you know, it's fucking Mother Nature and shit like that. And it's raining right now outside my house, so it's kind of like, oh. I mean, you get kind of nervous thinking about that shit.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so anybody out there affected with a tornado, you know, our thoughts, our good vibes are going towards you. And, you know, like I said, it's a scary situation. Even when like I said, you never think it's going to touch you. You never think like it's ever going to happen to you. You hear these horror stories on the news, like tornado devastates Indiana or somewhere in Missouri or something in Arkansas or some shit like that, and you never quite think it's going to hit you. And you know, like I said, within at least 4 miles, within 2 miles of my house, and within a half a mile of Cody's house. And like I said, Cody's hearing shit, and like I said, I hear the rain pick up, you know, in my house. So I'm like, you know, it's like the opposite of the eye of the storm. I remember one time we went to my grandma's house because we had a tornado warning, and we just felt safer. We was like, let's go to grandma's house for a little bit, you know, which was like 2 miles down the road. Tornado watch at that point, so we get down there, and we actually get into her bathroom. And I remember, like, you know, to hear the rain and the wind crackling and stuff like that, and all of a sudden it kind of slows down and just like almost dissipates for a minute. And it picks back up. And my grandma was actually genuinely disturbed. And she was like, I don't like that. You know, that sudden, like, change and shit like that, you know. So, but yeah. Like I said, it's just crazy, you know. Watching that movie Twister. I don't know, Cody, you seen that movie?
Yeah, a long time ago.
Yeah. Owen, have you seen that movie?
Sorry, the Great Tornado.
You're not even fucking listening.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
The Great Tornado.
fucking
the
tornado.
Great Tornado. We're
Tornado.
gonna make a movie and just call it the Great Tornado.
Tornado Town. The fucking tornadoes came to town.
No, Twister.
Twister.
The movie Twister.
Oh no, I've never seen Twister.
That's another movie I have to pick. Hey, well, Cody, let's do a narration at some point. We'll call it The Great Tornado by Charlie Brown.
Yeah.
It's just like the
Tornado
Great
Patch
Pumpkin.
or
It's
some
the Great
shit.
Tornado.
What was the first movie that you said? I don't even fucking remember what it was.
Oh, it's like it was a made-for-TV movie I've seen like maybe twice in my life called Night of the Tornadoes. And this town got hit by a tornado, like 4 different tornadoes. And I just... But, you know, when you watch that, it's like fucking 10 years old, man. That shit kind of sticks with you. And that movie Twister fucked with me, too. And I've never been the same about tornadoes since then.
I want to make a movie
I kind of go into a panic.
called Titty Twister. It's a disaster.
You know, that
movie.
is a bar in Mexico that is featured in a documentary called From Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah.
You guys have never seen From Dusk Till Dawn, have you?
Mm-mm. I haven't.
It's a Tarantino movie, vampire movie. It's got George Clooney in it.
No.
Anyway.
So, Owen, do you want to talk about how your pipes got busted
Yeah.
open?
I guess I'll just
A
give
big dude in prison came and fucked him in the ass. That's how I got burst.
I took a huge shit and I took a huge nut and they both gunked up my toilet and it busted.
It was like in those cartoons when it's like it's all building up and swelling,
Yeah,
all,
it's
all the
like-
bolts are shooting out.
Yeah, you hear it groaning.
It's like bing, 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 bing.
I said, "Oh God, I can't stop coming." Yeah, so we fucking our bathroom was caving in on our rental home a little while ago, so they had a guy come out and redo the floor. And he said he found way back then, this was a while back, he said he found a couple leaks in the pipe, and I guess he patched them up. Well, a little while after he had done that, we hadn't used we have 2 bathrooms, and we hadn't really used the one where the floor was caving in, like often or anything. So like the first time I use it, I flush it and I hear a loud bang. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then, like, I start to hear what sounds like water dripping. Like, it's like if it was raining on a tin roof or some shit. So I hear it, like, coming from the floor. So I put my ear down to the floor, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, okay. And then, so I turn on the faucet for the water, and there's, like, no pressure in the water. And I'm like, okay, yeah, a pipe is fucking broken. And this was, like, Saturday. That's usually when we record, so... It was like Saturday at 5 p.m., so I was like, shit. I don't know. No, it was at 1 p.m. because we were recording at 1 p.m. that day. So it's like, shit, I don't know if the fucking landlord is going to see, like, or, you know, going to answer his phone or not. But he eventually did, and, you know, we got the water turned off and everything. And it took him, like, fucking all night to fix up the pipes so that we could use them and shit. So that's what happened on my end. So.
Real quick question.
Yes.
How's your water bill going to be? Is the landlord going to take care of the water bill, that portion? Because obviously, the water just gushing like that can't be good for the financials.
Yeah, I doubt he will be. He's kind of a snake, from what I hear. I mean, he seems like a nice guy, but I've just always heard that he was like kind of like a weird, snaky kind of bastard. He's known around the town. I don't know. Probably, I don't think so. He never said anything. So.
He's known around the town as the Mississippi Diddler.
Yeah.
Real quick too, just I gotta circle back on it because I don't want to seem like a complete asshole.
Yeah.
Jacob also lives in Clarksville. I didn't have to worry about checking. I checked on him a little later after everything was going on. He lives closer to exit 11 where my mom lives. He's probably like 2 miles further away from my mom's house. And she said they didn't get rain, so I knew I didn't have to really check in on him to make sure he was good. I did later on. I never did check in on Justin. I haven't talked to Justin in a long time, but I do still send him links to this podcast. Hey, Justin, hope you're doing well. He's like, yeah, I'm going to listen to your podcast, you fucking idiot. Anyway. So let's get into the movie, Cody, because...
Time to cheer this bitch up.
yeah, there's really not much to talk about it.
Well, I figured I'd just do a quick rundown. We can just kind of talk about any moments that we found funny. Or...
No man, no man, no man.
No man, no man, snowman.
Blow man.
Hey,
Blow man.
what was that guy's name, Cody? The guy who did the seminar and had the book.
Oh fuck! Hold up. Wait
Hold
a
on,
minute.
let me look this up because I gotta get the quote correct. Hold on.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me put some in it.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Wake up. Wake up.
Hey, remember? I know we talked about that. I tried to get in that episode. That
Sing to the
it
chameleon
that?
or whatever.
Yeah, it's like yoo-hoo. Hey, Ka.
I don't
No,
know.
it ain't that guy.
What the fuck?
Who is this guy?
Hey, cock.
Terrence.
Terrence.
Oh, you're trying to think of
yeah,
Terrence
Stamp.
Stamp?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's from Halo, dude. He was in Halo 3.
Who's he in Halo?
He's the prophet of regret? Of truth? I don't remember. It's one of the prophets. He said,
Of
"I
truth."
not even your semen."
He was also in Superman as General Zod.
Yes.
And Superman 2 as General Zod. He was in Star Wars Episode 1. He was in The Haunted Mansion, the 2003 Haunted Mansion film as the butler, Ramsley.
Hey, Terrence, don't freak out. What the fuck? God, that is chef's kiss, man. That part in that movie is like, Terrence, don't freak out. He's like, what the fuck? And he just punches the gas in the traffic. Man, I fucking remember the first time I seen that. I laughed for like 10 minutes.
That was a good
And
bit.
Savannah watched it with me too, and she enjoyed it, man. Hey, real quick question, guys. Do you ever say weird things after you get done peeing in the bathroom as you walk out just to fuck with people?
No.
I do before
You don't necessarily.
before I pee. I make weird noises just to
Oh, okay.
make people
Well,
uncomfortable.
yeah, I'm sure Owen knows. I know Cody knows. 'Cause I've done it before, but it's recently come to my attention that it is still a great line after we watched it. It's been probably about 6 months since I've seen the scene. But in Tropic Thunder, when Robert Downey Jr. is acting like he's peeing, and he steps away, and he's having a conversation with the guy behind Ben Stiller's back. So as he goes back to the group with Ben Stiller, he's like, he hasn't been peeing, he's just acting like it. He comes back, he goes, heh, that smelled just like bologna for some reason. And Cody knows I've said that before. I'm sure I've said it to Owen. But I say it all the time here to the point where Riley, every time I go in the bathroom, Riley goes, I smell bologna. And I did it one time in a restaurant as I was sitting back at the table, and it was kind of full around us. It was at Rafferty's. I went to the bathroom and I came back. I sat down and I go, that smelled just like bologna for some reason. And Savannah goes, would you shut up? I mean, there was people around us, man, and this was still COVID, so they had plexiglass up. But I know people heard me because it's just like, I mean, I say this shit because I want people to be like, what the fuck, and not look back. I came in to work. I went to the bathroom. I came back from work. I looked at my two guys I work with on my production line. I go, that smells just like bologna for some reason. And one guy's eyes get all big. He goes, what? It sounds like you need some water. Oh, God. Okay. Go
right.
back to Yes Man.
So, Yes Man begins with Carl. Carl stayed back
Ka.
with the others.
How about, hey, Ka?
What?
It's a Ka.
Oh,
They shortened it up.
Ka.
Cock.
So, Carl is
You gotta get the wink, too, when he goes, he winks and does that noise. Say Ka.
So he's a bank loan officer who is lonely, and he's basically a pessimist, and doesn't want to do anything because his wife left him. And just what?
I'm sorry, I'm just thinking about the woman he approves that makes celebrity cakes. And the cake, he goes, "It's Mickey Rourke." She goes, "It's Bono." If someone doesn't know, Mickey Rourke, he did The Wrestler, and I think he was in the first Expendables movie. But before that, he was like an '80s star. Like they thought he was gonna be like the next big like romantic lead and shit like that. And if you look at him in the '80s, he kind of does look like Bono. It's just fucking great.
So yeah, Carl doesn't really want to do anything with anybody, and I think the film, I know it starts off going through like his day or whatever, right? He goes to work, he rejects, loans to pretty much anybody who comes in, and that night he's at the video store, and trying to rent some DVDs, like 300, and he gets a call from an unknown number. Eventually he answers it. It's his friend who, wants to know what he's doing. And he's like, "Oh, I'm in my apartment." And he's like, "Oh, well, that's funny because it looks like you're in the video store right now." He's like, "I don't know what you're talking about." And he sees him through the window. And he's like, "Oh, that's weird because your lips are moving exactly when you're talking to me. The guy I'm looking at's lips is moving exactly when you're talking to me." And anyway, eventually he convinces him to go to the bar, and you find out why he's pretty much like doesn't want to do anything, and it's because his wife left him. And his wife left him because he was boring, I guess. And she's there with her new husband, and the whole reason his friend wanted him to go to the bar is because he's getting married. That's an important part of this film. He's getting married, wants him to be in the wedding, all that kind of stuff. And so sees his wife, makes a fool of himself in front of the whole bar, and then goes home. And he's at work the next day, and he's outside eating lunch in front of the bank, and this guy comes up. Can't remember what his name is now. I just looked it up a minute ago. But regardless, this guy that he knew from high school or something comes up, and he's like, "Hey, are you happy working here?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "No, you're not. You don't want to be working here." He's like, "Well, yeah, dude, I like this job." And he basically tells him about the seminar that he wants him to go to called Just Say Yes or something like that. And he says, "Yeah, it just opens you up to everything in the world, man. Right on." And he asks him, he's like, "Do you want to throw this rock through that window?" And he's like, "No." He's like, "Well, ask me if I want to." He's like, "Do you?" He's like, "Yes." And he throws a rock through the window and then gets chased by security guards. So I can't remember. Oh, he has a nightmare, right? That his friends come over and he's dead. And he died like he just saw Sadako come out of his TV or something. And so that kind of wakes him up.
Yeah, he was all frozen in fear, and they're like, I know it's a CGI part, but it's just really funny when the fly lands on his eyeball.
Yeah.
And it's like, "Yep, I think he's dead."
I don't know. He looks about the same as he always does. So that convinced
Is that the last beer? He goes, "Yep, sorry."
Oh, no, you're good. That scares him into going to the seminar, which is the moment that it gets the first actual laugh out of me. Terrence is like the host of the seminar, asks if anybody in the room is new. Carl's buddy obviously points him out, and Terrence asks him, some questions, and every time he says no, the entire crowd chants, "No man, no man, no man." And Terrence says something like, oh God, what is it? He asked him to come up front or something. He's like, "No, I'm good." He's like, "Well, if someone doesn't come to Terrence will come to them," or something like that. And he like sprints down the aisle, and
Takes his shoes off too.
yeah, he takes his shoes off, sprints down the aisle to Carl. "Carl, stay back with the others." Um,
Oh no, Carl.
Carl. uh, so the moment that gets the first laugh out of me is when like he grabs him by the face and he's like shaking him around and like throws him back down to into his chair, and he's like, oh well, he's finally convinced. He might give this a try. Goes outside. A homeless man needs a ride, and before he can say no, his buddy comes up and says, yes, he would love to give you a ride. And so Carl gives him a ride to the park. He wants to use Carl's phone on the way there. He uses it the entire time and kills the battery. And also asks for Carl's money, and Carl gives it all to him because he has to say yes to everything. And
he's like, hey man, I really appreciate this. I've been having a lot of hard luck trying to get people to give me rides, but I've been getting really lucky outside of that seminar place.
And Carl bids him adieu and goes to leave, and he's out of gas, and he can't call anybody because his phone is dead. So he walks all the way to the gas station, and he's kind of cursing at himself for doing this whole thing. Gets to the gas station, and he sees this girl pull up on a Vespa or something similar. I don't know if it's actually a Vespa. And it's Zooey Deschanel, who her character's name is, hold on, Allison. And they kind of flirt, and Allison offers him a ride back to his car, which he does, or which he takes. And when they get there, they're talking while he's filling up gas, and he asks her if she wants to make out, and she stares at him, walks up to him, gives him a big kiss, and then says goodnight and leaves. Doesn't get her phone number. Idiot. And he's happy. He's like, oh, well, maybe this thing is a good thing after all, So at work, I think it's at work the next day, he starts approving all these loans. I think that's also when you see the cake lady, right? Like isn't she the first one?
Yeah.
Yeah, so she comes in, and that's when you get the whole like, oh, it's Mickey Rourke. No, it's Bono.
It's Bono.
That
shit's so funny, and she has this straight on delivery, and she just stares at him like you're wrong.
Oh yeah, I forgot to note the reason he's at work. It's a Saturday, and the day before he was told that he wasn't going to get the big promotion that he'd been trying to get. Norm calls him and asks him to come into work on a Saturday. He says yes, because now he's got to be the yes man. He goes into work, and after he approves a few loans, Norm tells him that he appreciates him coming in, and that he actually tried to call the other guy, and the other guy said he didn't want to do it. So he was going to give the promotion to Carl. Oh, I forgot. On the first day, when Norm goes up to Carl's desk, and he's like, they're talking about the promotion, and Norm answers the phone about it or whatever, and he's like, oh, you're gonna give the promotion to so and so, but yes sir, and hangs up the phone, and he's like, bad news for you, Carl. I
can't give you the promotion.
I can't give you the promotion. I really went to the mat for you there. And it's like didn't do anything.
Remember, later on he goes, I went up to him and I said, either Kyle gets the promotion or I leave. They were pretty much a big fan of me leaving, so I took that off the table immediately.
He's like, good move. Yeah. So yeah, he gets the promotion, and he starts approving loans like crazy. He starts doing all these other things that earlier in the film you see him like saying no to. Like there's always this guy asking him if he wants to go to his band's concert or whatever. He finally says yes. He takes Korean lessons. He takes flying lessons. He approves a guy who sells fertilizer, and who wants to start a fertilizer company, and yeah. So he's saying yes to all this stuff, and then he ends up going to this concert, and he also at one point goes to the bar like with his friends, and they find out this whole like, oh, I have to say yes to everything, and like they start a tab on his name or whatever, and they get him like super drunk. And he gets into a fight with somebody because he sees this woman and he like kisses her, and her boyfriend comes up and they go to fight outside. Or before they go to fight outside, he's like, if I win, I get to take her to the ball because every pretty girl deserves to go to a ball. She's like, oh, that's so sweet. And he goes outside and obviously gets his ass kicked. And as they're walking away, he's like, she's never going to get to go to the ball. Oh, man.
I love it when he goes to punch that guy. He goes, the first rule is there are no rules. And he punches the wrong guy. And the guy's like, you hit me. He goes, you shouldn't have been in the way, man. He goes, I'm the wrong guy. He goes, maybe you should start being the right guy.
So yeah, eventually he goes to the concert that he is always rejecting, and lo and behold, the singer of this band is Allison, and so he hangs out and waits for her to get done with the show, and they kind of like start talking at the bar, and they hit it off, and she invites him to. She does a jogging photography class in the mornings, I guess on Sunday mornings. And or maybe it's like later on, I don't know. But so she invites him to that. That's again, it's been a week since I watched this, and a lot of these scenes are like, this is definitely one of those comedies that a lot of this stuff in like especially in the first like maybe half or so of the film is just like, what are all the funny ideas or what we possibly funny ideas that we can do with the idea of a guy that has to just say yes to everything, right? So it's all a little bit jumbled up in my head. But at one point, this old lady that lives down the hall from him, who's like always trying to invite him over to help her with stuff, and he's always saying no. He goes over to help her put up some shelves. And
would you like a release?
This is my favorite part of the movie.
Oh, I bet it was, you pervert.
God, I need some of that old lady neck, bro.
So yeah, she's like, oh, I'm afraid I don't have any money to pay you for this. And he's like, oh, well, that's okay. You don't have to pay me anything. And she's like, would you like a release? And at this point he says no. And he goes out and he falls down the stairs, and that he takes that as a sign of, oh, this is what I get for breaking the covenant. Yeah, I forgot to mention he made a covenant with Terrence that he would say yes to everything. So yeah, he goes back in and gets blowed by this old lady, and when she takes her dentures out, he starts like freaking out before he like starts enjoying it or whatever.
Goes, like good old fashioned gummer. Hell yeah.
So yeah,
That's disgusting.
Why? That's beautiful. Actually.
I think about like that's just fucking gross, man. But if you just take about hell, she looks like she's probably in her 80s. You took about shit. I don't know. I'm going into this fucking weird realm. I'm not going into this. So this is going good.
He's taking you somewhere bad.
Oh,
Yeah, you've taken me to the Mortal Kombat 1 timeline. I don't want to be here.
We have to go to a new timeline.
So after that concert,
Hey, Cody, real quick question about Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Have you played any of the Invasion Season 3?
No, I haven't. Not yet.
Did you finish Invasion Season 2?
No. I made it to like Shang Tsung's island or whatever, and I just kind of lost interest in it.
You're like, it's okay. If I buy 5,000 Dragon Crystals, I can get the costume anyway. Who cares?
Yeah. If you spend $50, you can get the costume.
Yeah. Microtransactions, baby.
Yep. I need to jump back into it now that they've actually added like the intros into the towers and stuff. And I'm glad they did that. They should have done that from the beginning.
I don't understand that that's something they took out. Like,
yeah,
why?
I don't either. That's
idiots.
That's like one of the enjoyable things about it. Like that's the whole reason why I like mess around with characters I usually don't play with, because it's like, oh, I want to see how they interact with these other characters, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, the night of the concert, yeah, getting back to that, the night of the concert, he goes home, lays in bed, and then he gets a call from one of his friends that wants to go out to like a rave, I guess.
Yeah, it's the guy off of that '70s show who's a convicted rapist now.
Is it Danny Masterson? Is that who it is?
Yeah, it's him. And him is his Asian friend who's in a lot of stuff, or was at the time. I just think about when he at the end of the movie when he goes, "I don't have my car anymore. Remember I got the Bukkake motorbike?" He's like, "Bukkake."
So yeah, he goes to this he goes to this rave. He drinks Red Bull for the first time. There's a whole bit whenever he shows up to the jog the next morning about how he drank a bunch of Red Bull, how he loves Red Bull.
Doesn't it make you crash hard? Nope, no crash.
Nope. I don't think so. No crash. And he said, you know, after we get done here, maybe we could go get a Red Bull. And then he like keeps cutting her off. He's like, Red Bull, Red Bull, Red Bull. And they go jogging. He's having a crazy time running, taking a million photos, and then eventually he crashes and he's like passed out on the ground, and everyone's taking pictures of him. He basically this is the start of their relationship, like kind of officially, right? I'm trying to remember. God, I should have rewatched this morning.
Well, no, they start doing things, and he's starting to do things. It's not really implied. I mean, it's kind of implied. He's starting to do things because he wants to do things with her,
right?
Instead of just doing the whole yes thing. This yes thing led him to her.
Yeah.
At
so
some point, he's accused of terrorism.
Yeah. After this, one of the things they do together is they go to Norm's like party, his Harry Potter party. And we already kind of talked about that. You know, he shows up with like clothes that are too small for him because he said all he had was toddler size left or whatever. And eventually, before the airport thing, one of my favorite scenes in the movie is like the whole like jumper scene. He's learned guitar. One of the things he did from saying yes is he's taken guitar lessons. Sorry, I'll learn to speak eventually. And there's a guy that's going to jump off a building.
It's only been 3 years of the podcast. You're good, man. It's a slow process.
While he's in the process of helping his friend's fiance pick out stuff for her bridal shower, because now he's been tasked with doing the bridal shower for her. And also this is where you get to see Sumi. And he speaks like Korean and asks her what's wrong and tells her to, cheer up, hang in there, all that stuff. And someone's going to jump off a building. He runs up, he grabs the guitar, and he sings Jumper by Third Eye Blind.
He sings fucking Wonderwall.
And maybe...
When he starts singing "In the End" by Linkin Park, it doesn't even matter how hard you try.
He's like, don't know what I'm fighting for, or why you have to scream.
Or why I have to cream.
The little Asian guy who he gets the motorcycle from at the end of the movie is his Mike Shinoda. He just starts jumping in and rapping the parts.
But yeah, he sings Jumper, and like the guy on the ledge starts singing too, because Carl can't remember the first verse. The angry boy,
Car.
a bit too insane.
Remember his name's Car.
Yeah, he starts rapping.
Cody,
he says,
Cody.
"What?"
Cody, call him Car and not Carl for anymore.
Car.
Okay, Car.
Car.
Hey, Car. I'm really surprised that Australian guy didn't do anything else that I've seen. He's pretty.
I've
funny.
seen him in other things.
Hey, Cody, I didn't ask you. It's okay. I was just making a general statement.
Hey,
I'm just kidding.
what are you doing, huh? Are you
Cody's over here like, well, I've seen him in other things. Like, I don't give a fuck. I'm making a statement. I'm just kidding.
What are you embarrassing me for? Huh? You got a problem?
Hey, Owen, what's your favorite line Steven Seagal says? Remember that it's like he's so self-imposed in that Chinese movie. He goes, "Hey, speak American."
Oh yeah, he's like, "Hey, speak American, speak English." I forget what the fuck he says. But yeah, he's in a movie. So recently, he's only been in movies because in China they love Steven Seagal for some reason. It's like the only place where they still like him. And he's in this movie where they just inserted him basically and green screened him into the fucking movie. And he doesn't speak Chinese at all. So they have this one scene where it's this couple and they're speaking Chinese like and having a full ass conversation. And then it cuts to Steven Seagal like green screened into the movie. He's like, "Hey guys, speak English."
It's fucking incredible. I didn't know about this. I mentioned like, man, I really like Steven Seagal movies from the 80s, and Owen goes, hey, speak American. I'm like, what are you talking about? He showed me the scene. It's so stupid, man. I fucking swear, man. You know, I was thinking about this earlier when we first started recording this. Like, when I was mentioning that Jim Carrey started kind of being more serious with his acting. I wonder if this was something he always wanted to do, or if it was something that he kind of felt pressure. Because remember, I know Cody's mentioned it when we talked about The Mask, and probably Dumb and Dumber. Tommy Lee Jones said, "I hate you" when he first met him, because his movies were crushing the box office, and when Tommy Lee Jones decided to do some artsy fartsy bullshit movie and do well, he blamed Jim Carrey. He's like, no, maybe you just weren't going. Like, maybe you were making a niche movie and thought you were going to make millions.
It was a biopic, right, or some shit.
Yeah, it was Cobb, so it was about Ty Cobb, the baseball player. For anyone who doesn't know,
Cobb. Corn on the cob.
It was about corn cob.
Funny. It's actually an origin story for the Scarecrow from Wizard of Oz. Cobb.
No, it's actually the story of the caveman eating corn for the first time. Like, ooh, good.
I just picture somebody named fucking Corn Cob.
No, look, this is another random thing I do when someone says, because I do like eating corn, like just period. I love corn on the cob, don't matter.
You put the whole cob in your mouth and just like rake all the corn off as you pull the middle out.
Pretty much, dude. I could probably eat a corn cob like the ones that are like 6 inches long, and I know because I measured. I had measured 3 lengths of my dick.
Yeah, it goes up to half of my dick.
No. My dick's 2 inches, so it took 3 lengths to get to it, and that's how I know it's 6 inches. But I can eat that in a minute. But the original joke was, every time someone just says, "Yeah, I had corn today," I go, my name in my head or out loud. Every fucking time, I'm just like, oh, God, I wish that would just get out of my fucking head. It's one of those things that lives rent free. I can't get rid of. It's like I hate the Cincinnati Bengals, and someone says corn, I go, my name.
So yeah.
And just,
Anyway, when he's performing the song, he gets the guy back in or whatever and saves him. At some point, him and Allison decide to take a spontaneous trip just to the first
to Nebraska
on the first flight out, and it happens to be to Lincoln, Nebraska. And they
have corn. I didn't even think about this.
Yeah, literally. And they go see a Cornhuskers game. There you go. There's Cobb for you. And you see Tommy Lee Jones out there somewhere sucking on that corn.
Hey, you know what's weird? I asked Alex this, and Alex is a faithful listener of the podcast from his own podcast, I'll Take 3.
You gotta have.
Go ahead and say your part.
Faith.
3 what?
Okay, exactly. I love Limp Bizkit too. Anyway, I asked Alex, I'm like, is Nebraska like Alabama, but just in the far north of the country? Like, there's nothing to do but just have college football.
It's the
and,
Midwest.
like, eat some vegetable. Yeah, he goes, yeah, Alabama, Nebraska's like the Alabama of the Northwest, like not north, but the Midwest towards the top.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's a huge state. They have nothing but corn in Nebraska football. So it's like, yeah, Alabama has nothing but Alabama and Auburn football, and they're all a bunch of like rednecks who vote Republican, just like the Nebraska rednecks. So.
They go to Nebraska, they go to the film museum, and then they go to the Cornhuskers game, Nebraska football.
Where else do they?
So yeah, they. They go to a barn in the middle of nowhere with her husband.
And she asked
Eustace Bang.
Yeah.
But
Freaky
creepy
stuff.
stuff happens in nowhere.
This is the funny part. She asked him to move in with her, and he kind of panics.
Yeah.
Like, he not panics, but he has a slight, like, yeah, sure. She goes, oh, you hesitated. But that is a huge step, ladies, okay?
Yeah.
All right, I had this girl that got mad at me because I didn't move in with her, and we only dated for 6 years. I feel like that's not enough time. And I dated another one for like 6 months, and she wouldn't move in with me. I'm like, this is plenty of time. No, I'm joking. But I dated Savannah. What? Oh, Jesus Christ!
Were you putting something in a calculator to figure it out? What was that noise?
Me?
Well, Owen made a noise, but I was
That's me.
Owen made a noise, but I was actually scratching my nuts though.
That was me. I'm sorry.
On my end, it's like it was actually, and then it's just. So it's like you just hear like that.
Went with the bit, Owen.
You hear like the lever being pulled down, like ding, ding. You know?
There's an old Looney Tunes thing, like Elmer Fudd's having a nightmare of Bugs Bunny because he says he's retiring from Warner Brothers Pictures, and Bugs Bunny's haunting his dreams so he'll come back. And Bugs Bunny is in his dreams, and he's typing on the calculator. He goes, "Hey, look, Doc, I'm multiplying." So he's typing shit on the calculator, going to ding, and this little like animated bunny rabbit pops out every time he does it. It's fucking stupid.
So yeah, just to get through the rest of the movie real quick. So yeah, he hesitates. They go to leave to go home, but it's no big deal, right? You know, she accepts it, and they go to leave to go home, and they're stopped by, I guess, TSA or whatever, and they interview him.
Why do you hate America?
He's like, well, like, what are you talking about? He's like, are you a terrorist? It's like,
this is another Carl that hated freedom. Karl Marx. The father of communism.
They're like, well,
God.
They're like, well, you approved this fertilizer company. Are you building a bomb? And they're like, you took flying.
What? Come on.
You took flying lessons, and you learned Korean. And are you a North Korean? What is it? What do they say? Are you a North Korean sympathizer or something like that?
Yeah, that's what they say.
And he's just like, no. I don't remember what his excuse was or like what he tells them, but he doesn't tell them outright. Like, I had to say yes to everything. Eventually, he says, I want my lawyer. His friend flies up, who is a lawyer, the one that's engaged, not Danny Masterson, the rapist. And so the lawyer tells him, oh, well, it's because of the seminar. It's like this whole like belief system thing that he's got going on, and this pisses Allison off because it's like, well, how much of the stuff was real and how much of it was just saying yes because you wanted to, and instead of him telling her like, well, if it wasn't for this, we would have never met, he kind of just like stumbles over himself, and they eventually go home, and he's so dedicated to this covenant that when he tries to stop and talk to her and she tells him to go away further, he just runs all the way back into the airport, and as she gets in a car or a taxi to go home. So he's all alone again. He kind of goes back to watching movies, but he's still doing things. He gets a call from his friend. It's like, hey, are we still on for the engagement party. He's like, shit. And he invites them out to the bar. He's like, hey, guys, I got some bad news. I kind of messed everything up again. You know, too much stroking the pole. And he's like, well, come on, we'll go talk about it. And surprise, all the people that Carl's met over the last few months are here, including old lady who sucked his dick, and cake lady who makes a cake, and someone's like, what was the... I know the cake is actually Alec Baldwin, but I can't remember who they mistake him for. Let's just say 2018 Steven Seagal. And the Steven Seagal who like does his own like martial arts where he like flips people over with their momentum, but he's really not doing anything. He's just like barely touching them and they're flipping themselves over. But anyway, they're all here. Danny Masterson runs off with the old lady, and let's see, is this the point when I think Carl leaves to go to the seminar? Or no, he goes to the hotel or whatever to talk to Terrence, right? So this is the scene where he's like hiding in the back of his car, and he's like, Terrence, don't freak out. And he's like, what the fuck? And like drives off and gets hit. And they're in the hospital. Carl's talking about, you know, the covenant. It's because I broke the covenant. Ark of the Covenant. And Terrence walks in.
I just realized, dude, Covenant, Halo, Terrence Stamp. Holy shit. Oh.
Dun, dun, dun. Anyway, yeah, so Terrence comes in, he's like, the Covenant's all bullshit. I just did it because I didn't want to be embarrassed in front of my followers. You know, there has to be a certain number of them that follow me into the afterlife once they drink the Kool-Aid. And Carl says, that's fucking weird. I'm done with you. And ends up saying, okay, cool. So he leaves. He bumps into, can't remember the character's name, the one that has the bukkake or whatever. And he gets on the motorcycle, rides to where Allison's jogging thing is. He finally tells her what he should have told her to begin with. If it wasn't for all this, he's like, I finally understand. There needs to be a balance. As in all things in the Force, there must be a balance. There's always two. And she's like, what are you talking about? And he said, these nuts. And
These nuts. That's pretty good.
So yeah, they're like, yeah, we, you know, finally we did it. We're happy. We're together. She accepts him. You know, he tells her, I don't want to live with you. And she's like, that's rude, but I get it. And then, you know, I think that's the end of the movie, right? Like, that's it. At this point, people are taking pictures of him, and camera pans out, or zooms out, dollies out, whatever the fucking term is, and that's it. Credits roll. Yes, yeah. Man. I wish you would step back from that ledge, my friend.
Wish you would just suck upon my cock, my friend.
You could eat fries.
We could have gay sex.
And chicken thighs.
And fuck each other in the ass.
We will make a train.
human centipede.
The human sodomipede. Anyway, so yeah, that's the film. I know it was a kind of a quick rundown. I was kind of sloppy with it. Sorry about that. It's been a week since I've seen it, and I was having trouble remembering exactly what happened and where everything was placed. But I guess we'll get into our recommendations. Lance, would you recommend this here Jim Carrey film?
Hey, go ask him one real quick.
He has to jack off.
All right. Carl, stay back with the others.
Carl, go back.
I got By the way, I got that line from the epic rap battles of history, where it's like Rick Grimes versus Walter White. He's like, Carl, stay back with the others.
There's this really stupid video that I've been quoting all week called Walter White on a Perk. And it's this dude who doesn't even really look like Walter White, but he's dressed up like him. And he's just like saying phrases and shit. And like one of them is he's like, oh, the good perk. Or he's like, Jesse, the perk is too good. And he's like, I'm busting off the pill. And then another line he says is like, oh, this perk's got me reaching for the Luger. So I've just been saying that shit like fucking all week. So
yeah, Owen, would you recommend this film?
I know, is this unprecedented if I say like completely neutral? Like I don't really either not recommend or recommend this movie. I don't know. I mean, it was okay. Like I wasn't like really bored during watching the movie. It's just I don't know. It didn't. I like I said earlier. I feel like you know, kind of the structure of this movie and the kind of like by the numbers romantic comedy just kind of. Well, with how safe I feel like they played it, I feel like it kind of holds back. What the fuck is his name? Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey. Yeah.
Brain fart.
I gotcha. Now, if you had to rank from favorite to least favorite, because this is now out of the last 3 movies I've done have all been Jim Carrey movies.
Yes.
The Mask, Dumb and Dumber, and this. So what order would you put them in from best to worst?
Dumb and Dumber, Mask, this one.
Okay. I can appreciate that.
Thanks.
The only reason I didn't... we have covered The Grinch, so technically this is our 4th Jim Carrey movie, but I don't know if you've ever seen The Grinch. I know you weren't on that episode with us.
I have seen The Grinch. I like The Grinch. It's okay. I like The Grinch.
Grinch.
Yeah, The Grinch is fine.
All right, you bitches have been boring to listeners. Time for me to give my opinion.
Yeah.
Owen, just give you a heads up, man. I did send you a Snapchat or 2. You can check those. Just send me a text response. I'd appreciate it.
Yeah, I heard the notification, so I was wondering what that was.
Well, look, I understand Owen's like, if I wasn't a fan of Jim Carrey, this movie would be like, eh. The fact that I am a fan of Jim Carrey, and it was the first movie that kind of, like, it was a PG-13 rated version of Ace Ventura, like the way he was cussing, and you know, he used the F word and shit like that. You know, he's like, "It'll be fucking perfect to let a homeless guy use my phone and let me drive all my gas out." I'm like, "Why didn't you check the gas before you drove?" But anyway, movie convenience. I really enjoy the movie for what it is. Savannah liked it; she'd never seen it before. So I definitely think it's a good one-watch movie. If you're a fan of Jim Carrey, I think you'll enjoy his mannerisms, enjoy the movie. Everything else, like Owen said, is kind of weak. There are some funny moments, some funny quotable moments. Like the old woman giving a blowjob, and just every little thing that that woman does. I just say, hey, cock. And it's like, Carl's kind of short anyway, but okay. Yeah. It's really fucking stupid, but I enjoy it. So yeah, I definitely recommend the movie. I think if I were to rank those 3 movies, Dumb and Dumber, Yes Man, and The Mask, I would probably go, right now my ranking would be Dumb and Dumber, Yes Man, and The Mask. I really dislike The Mask.
Okay.
Like,
so
I just, for some reason, really I understand that movie's like, it's perfect Jim Carrey mixed with like a cartoon, and just for some reason, I guess we had just got done watching.
Yeah, we watched it close to
who shot Roger Rabbit.
We poisoned the world.
Who framed Roger Rabbit?
Who fucked Roger Rabbit?
Well, no. Like, that movie was really good mixed with cartoon shit.
Who fucked her?
And then I watched the Jim Carrey thing, and I'm like, it's kind of stupid, you know. So.
Yeah. Who did fuck Roger Rabbit?
Jessica Rabbit.
Oh yeah.
I remember
What about the car?
Who diddled Roger Rabbit?
Patty cake, patty cake.
I was playing patty cake with the car.
So yeah, I would recommend this movie. I do think it's good. It like I said, it's in my top 5 Jim Carrey movies. As far as like what I would rank the 3 that we've watched in this order, not counting the Grinch, of course. Like I said, that was a while back. I would put it as The Mask, Dumb and Dumber, and then Yes Man. Which I talked about that on the Dumb and Dumber episode. The Mask was something that I wasn't expecting to enjoy as much coming back around to it as an adult as I did. And Dumb and Dumber, I went into I went into with high expectations, and so it was kind of the reverse, where I was a little bit let down by it, but it's still a great movie. So that's it. That's Yes Man. I'm done with Jim Carrey movies for a bit myself, but our next movie is going to be Lance's pick.
All right, guys. So I've been doing some Mortal Kombat stuff, and I thought, okay, maybe I should steer this into a more serious direction. And somebody posted a 45-minute video breaking down The Thing for Kurt Russell, obviously, which is a great movie. And that movie, the review of that movie by the Real Bad Dudes cast that I listened to, that's the reason that inspired me to do this podcast, period. Like that episode by them. So I thought about that. We had just done Jacob's Ladder, which was kind of a mindfuck movie that was pretty good. And I'm sitting here thinking, like, man, what do I need? Should I do the things to do that? And I thought better of it. And I'm like, you know what? We're gonna do another Mortal Kombat movie. So we are, which I have not watched yet. I have been waiting for the podcast. We are doing the last to date Mortal Kombat Legends movie, Cage Match, which is a completely disconnected story from the first two Mortal. It's like you had Mortal Kombat Legends, Scorpion's Revenge, and Battle of the Realms, which told one story with a lot of shit shoved in it, which was great. And Snowblind was kind of its own thing, separate, like an alternate universe. Well, this Cage Match is a completely separate thing too. So should be interesting, should be fun. Pretty excited about it. And like I said, it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be a first time watch for me. Period. Like I have not watched it. I bought the Blu-ray. I'm like, know what? I'm gonna hold off. I haven't listened to a review of it. Haven't seen a scene of it. I'm gonna hold off till we do this review of it. And then hopefully I'll be done with Mortal Kombat. I did skip over Mortal Kombat Annihilation, and the completist in me kind of wants to do Mortal Kombat Annihilation. But I do at some point this year, before I start getting into the Friday the 13th movies, I want to cover The Thing, but I'm overwhelmed by that movie. I'm overwhelmed by what I can say about it that would be different than what anybody else has said. Because I'm just like, I'm still in awe of that movie after all these years that I've watched it. So, but yeah, so Mortal Kombat Cage Match. Owen, do you know what your next two movies would be? Not just the next one. I'm putting pressure on you now.
The next two? No, I don't even know the next one.
Okay, how about the third one after this one?
Yeah, that's gonna be shit. I
Shrek.
can't think of anything. Yeah, it's gonna be Shrek the third. I'm gonna do all three
skipping
Shrek.
skipping over the good ones.
Yeah, actually, I'll do
fucking-
Shrek the third. Shrek, fucking the fourth one. I think it's Forever After or whatever the fuck, and then I'll do Puss.
Yeah,
in
Shrek
Boots.
Forever After. But we're not gonna do Puss in. We're
There's
not
a
gonna do.
fucking-
We're not gonna do Puss in Boots: The Last Wish because that one's also apparently really good.
The first Puss in Boots.
I don't know if this was Shrek 2 or if this was Shrek 3. And this kid that me and Owen used to work with, Anthony, would just randomly be at work. He'd be like, do the roar. And he'd go, I love you, Daddy. And I'm like, okay. And then I look at the scene, and it's just some kid trying to get Shrek going, do the roar.
Yeah,
And then when he finally gets mad enough and does it, he looks at his daddy and goes, I love you, Daddy.
I don't even know if
Gotta
that's
be
the.
That's not from one or two.
No, I think I remember the scene. Like they're at like a party. They're at a birthday party. I want to say that
It's
might
like
be the
Shrek's
fourth
birthday
one.
party.
That might be the fourth one because I don't think they even have the kids until the end of the third one.
No, they have the kids.
Oh, okay.
I thought in the third one they did have the kids.
I don't think so because I thought that was like the whole like one of the big things with the third one is that he's coming to grips with the fact that like they're gonna have children.
I thought in the fourth one he has to like he goes to like some alternate reality or some shit.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because
Rumple
Puss in Boots is like
foreskin.
Puss in Boots is like fat or whatever. He's like a fat house cat.
Yeah.
Because there's the one funny scene from the movie where he like clings on to like the scratching post and like slowly like slides down it or whatever. But yeah. Anyway, I do know what my next movie is, and I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all, even though we don't know what Owen's is. So the last little bit of time, I've had a real hankering, a real craving for meat pies. You know where this is going?
I have no idea what the fucking reference is, Cody. Just say it.
American Pie.
No, meat pies. We're gonna do. My next movie is gonna be Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber of Fleet Street.
Of Skeet Street.
Skeet Street. So yeah, I just had a real urge to like watch a Tim Burton Johnny Depp team up movie, and I figure I'd pick one of my favorites.
Picked the bad one.
He goes,
Hey, I like Sweeney Todd. I know people don't
Cody,
consider.
you also like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
I do,
Let's
but
just not get into that.
and I know people consider like
It's in the archive, people.
if they consider like think about Tim Burton and Johnny Depp, like what are the better ones? It's probably like Edward Scissorhands, which I've never seen, and Sleepy Hollow.
Edward Finger Me.
I think it didn't Tim Burton do Sleepy Hollow, the Johnny Depp one.
I think
Yes,
so.
he
Yeah.
did.
So yeah, I know people talk about that one too, but yeah. So I'm gonna do Sweeney Todd, and just be happy that it's not Alice in Wonderland.
You should do never mind.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and wrap up this episode, guys. I'm running out of battery.
All right. Well, that's it. If you enjoy this episode, please subscribe to the podcast if you haven't already. Share it with your friends. Shout it loud and shout it proud. Follow us on Twitter at FilmoscopyPod. We also are on Facebook, so go and like that page if you choose to use Facebook. And you know what? If you listen to us on a podcast service like Spotify or Apple Music, leave us a review or rate us. You know, so maybe that'll help spread the word a little bit, and we can get more listeners and all that good stuff. So, but anywho,
Just don't send the police to raid us because we got drugs.
Yeah.
so anywho, that'll do, pig. That'll do. And as always,
Finish him.
Finish him. Oh.